All right, good afternoon to everybody. Hey, my name is Jeff, and welcome to the Raging Deacon Workshop. I'm so glad you can join me today. To those who have been to the workshop before, hey, welcome back. Good to see you. Listen, I'm just happy that you got your tools out of the corner because that means I can welcome some of our new people to the workshop and say, hey, if you want to come on in, listen, I got a spot like about right over there. You can set your tools down, come in, and watch what's going on. So, today or I am going to be preparing to take my mobile workshop on the road to scout camp. My son is going to his last um, Boy Scout camp, and for the last few years, I have been taking rusty tools and a little workshop along and letting the boys work on tools while they are at camp. Now, before we get into it, let me just do a little very quick housekeeping and one little public service announcement for you guys here. Um, Listen, I'm here, laptop's over there. In theory, I can see chat come in, but, I'm probably going to miss it, and I apologize. And so if you're on and chatting and trying to say hi to me, I'm just going to say, hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate that you are here right now. But please don't be upset if I don't respond to a chat. Sometimes we just get into things here and we just don't see those things. Um, so let me do a quick overview of what's going to happen today. Um, I'm going to first cover about, what is the mobile workshop. If you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook, you've seen me take the mobile workshop as I've gone to travel to places and everything. And then we're going to take a look at what's in the mobile workshop. Then I'm going to show you some tools that I'm bringing to the Scout Camp that will hopefully have a good time fixing up and making usable again. And I thought I sort of share my thought process behind the tools that I bring and select, and also the tools and supplies that I bring along in the mobile workshop. So if you want to do something similar yourself, you can, and you can understand what I'm trying to do. Now, before we get into that, I just want to do a little quick public service announcement. So just bear with me for a minute here. And I know I'm going to be reading from a script here. Folks, I couldn't memorize this before ahead of time. But as you may know, I like to, when I can, donate tools to my local charity. So I want to take a moment to encourage you to donate any unused tools that you might have. Many of us have that one drawer or even that one toolbox that has been unopened in years, possibly decades. Um, they probably contain those odds and ends tools, those tools that we got as presents or they were given to us by a neighbor. And sometimes, we can't even remember where we got these tools, right? I know from watching many other tool enthusiasts online that there are a lot of tools that belong to what I call the Distinguished League of Resting Tools. And an idle tool does no one any good. So, if you have one of those drawers or one of those toolboxes, please consider donating those tools like these. I'm preparing these for donations to a local charity of your choosing. Your donation could help an aspiring mechanic, creator, machinist, or even a DIY enthusiast save a few bucks. So whether you choose to donate to Goodwill or Restore or your local thrift store, remember, a good tool is more than just a tool. A good tool is an opportunity, and everyone deserves a good tool. So thank you for your consideration. All right, folks, we're gonna clean things up here so we can get into our the meat of the show today. Let me get my donating tools out of the way here real quick. All right, and then we're gonna get back to the script here, and the script says, "What is the mobile workshop?" So the mobile workshop is, or well, it is. Let me get these out here. Mobile Workshop is a collection of tools that I like to bring on to the road with. I like to bring on the road when I travel sometimes, and if I have the opportunity to work on tools and stuff, I like to have the Mobile Workshop with me. And let's transition cameras over here so you can get a little close up. All right. So you see we have two containers here for our Mobile Workshop. Oh, is our camera not sending audio images now? We're going to transition back. Try that again. Transition. Boop. Ah, yes. Let's go back to the laptop real quick. Okay, we over the laptop. We're going to try transitioning one more time. If not, we'll just stick with the wide angle, folks. So that's how it's going to be. Sometimes that technology does not like to. Hey, I think there we go. So as you can see, my Mobile Workshop consists of these two cases. Now you may be asking why, Jeff, why did you choose these two cases? Are they special? No, not really. In fact, actually, the more I use these cases, the more I think a modern toolbox, especially a rolling toolbox, would even be better. Or even just carrying around a nice crate that you can pick up at like a Lowe's or Home Depot. I just did these for show, but essentially I have two boxes or two of my Mobile Workshop toolboxes here. They're old repairman kits like TV and Bell System phone repair kits. This one is this one's got a lot of metal in it. This one's a Bell System of Canada. Bell Canada, you can hopefully see right there. That's a repair box. This one had some sort of somebody's name on it. Looks like some sort of radio and television repair box on here. Anyways, I somewhat restored these, cleaned them up, and tried to waterproof them a little bit. Anyways, this one mostly contains tools and a few supplies, and this one is mostly finishing and supplies that you would need to work on tools. So this is my Mobile Workshop. That is what I like to bring on the road. The goal is that if I'm going somewhere, I can just chuck these in the car and we are ready to go. Sometimes they do require a little preparation, like for today, we'll do a little extra preparation. So now that we know what the mobile toolbox or the workshop is, let's see what's inside the Mobile Workshop. We're going to start with our main toolkit first. I'll get the supplies out of the way here real quick. Alright, we'll set that down. This one is heavy. This one's got all the steel in it, so. Alright, so starting in here, I have got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Let me see if I get this a little closer in front of me. Try that. Move that out of the way. How's that look? Bend the camera down for you. So I've got a tool roll in here, which actually has a lot of other hand tools inside of it. So I've got this nice rolling fire tool roll here. Of course, any tool roll will just do just fine if you want to use one. I also in the front here have my bench mount grinder. So it's got a handle. It's turned the other way for storage. This handle would be the other way, and then you could put a wire wheel on here. And this is a hand cranked wire wheel grinding system. A nice little Craftsman. Bought that on eBay. In the back here, I have sort of a little panel that has my wire wheel and a grinding stone for the hand grinder that we worked at. We have a little metal cup that we can put screws and stuff in. We have some spare wire in case we need to do some banding, and some tape if we need to tape anything off. And then I also have on here a metal plate. It was supposed to be held in place by magnets, but they pulled themselves out of here. But I use this metal plate as like a mini anvil striking plate that you can hammer things on, because sometimes you got to bend things into shape, and it's nice to have a metal plate with you. Let's see if we can fix that. And by fix, I mean just get these in the hole, just so I can put it on there. The magnets were to hold that in place. Let's see if I can move that out of the way. And we will pull this in here a little closer. In here, I've got some more tools and supplies underneath. We've got a hacksaw. I recently just upgraded to this hacksaw in here. I had a smaller one, but I found this one at a flea market. It was the right price. Nice little Craftsman hacksaw that we can use. And then I have a egg beater style drill. This one I found at a local flea market, pretty much brand new. It's all apart right now, but you can put it together. We've got all its pieces and parts in here. This way, if we need to do any drilling through wood, we've got some drill bits that we can put in there. So one of the goals here is like no power tools. So the mobile workshop doesn't have any power tools in it. So sometimes we've got to, bring along some hand-powered tools. I've got a file that I've converted to a scraper, and then as you can see, I've got some the ubiquitous shop towels in here. We go through a lot of shop towels. So that's that part of the mobile toolkit. There's one more part here that is hidden up here. This flap comes down, and you can see that we have more tools up here. I have a spoke shave in case we need to do some handles, a little machinist ball peen hammer. We've got a regular wood saw up here, nice little small wood saw, and then a metal file in case we do have to do some metal work in the workshop. So this is sort of the tool section of the mobile workshop. I did my little panel insert. This is all customization done by me. Same with the strapping up here. This wasn't a part of the original case. I put that up there. All right, we'll close that up, and we will look inside the other one. All right, here we got our other toolkit. This one's nice and deep. It's got an actual little box that does come out. So this is just mostly supplies, gloves, WD-40. This is mineral spirits, a scrub brush. We've got some screws inside here, and there's even some wood glue down there. This thing is just a little desktop. It's a vise. It's for your vise. So I have a vise in here, and you can clamp this in the vise, and it makes a nice little workspace, extra workspace, or raised workspace, so you can bring the work up to. And I got some adhesive and some Q-tips in there as well. So like I said, this is really just sometimes, this is really more supplies though. Of course the vise is a tool, but our vise fits nicely in there. Once again, you're like, Jeff, isn't it, is this like a better setup than just going to and buying like a nice plastic rolling toolbox? I'm going to say again that the more I use this, so I did this just for kind of show, making it out of these things. I found these things on like Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, ooh, wouldn't this be cool to convert into the toolbox? And it was fun. But I'm thinking a rolling toolbox would have been better. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. I love my work here. All right, so let's see if we can peek down into here a little bit. Get the camera as close as we can. So down inside, we've got more supplies. I've got like a bunch of sandpaper and steel wool. We've got our just some Zep degreaser. Any degreaser is fine. Alcohol wipes, those are always nice to just do some generic cleaning. I've got some turtle wax in here. We have got some Neverdol for metal polishing, and I've got like some all-in-one fast-drying polyurethane stain and everything. Folks, I don't know why this camera is not focusing today. I may just take a moment and see if I can adjust that real quick. If you will just bear with me for a second while I do some of my own technical support. Let's just see. Log into the little camera software. And I don't know. Let's see. Doing an autofocus hold. You know what? We're just going to continue on, folks, and it is what it is. I apologize. Not going to try to spend 40 minutes fixing it while you're waiting online and watching. Anyways, oh, just kick something over, no problem. We've got some shellac. Ooh, this can is mostly empty. This is shellac. I just like to take. Oh, I gotta go back over to the laptop. I'm sorry. Need to be able to see if everything's going okay. There we go. With the shellac, shellac's just it's fast drying. I just love it because you can dry really fast. And extra paint brushes, and I actually also have some 3-in-1 oil down there as well. So, all right, now we're gonna kind of pack this up back again a little bit because we're gonna move on to the next part of this, and we're gonna talk about what we're bringing to Boy Scout camp, and then what are, where did my, oh, it's right behind me. All right, so let me put this, doing a delicate dance here in the workshop, getting things out of the way. All right, so, oh, forgot my vise. Vise will go over here. Put that in later. Oh, what's next? What tools am I bringing to Scout Camp? All right, so let me see if I can grab my tools. Maybe we'll switch to a quick wide view here. You can watch me grab those tools. Transition over. Boop. Yes, it's important to make those sounds. All right, I'm going to grab the tools from over here. Okay, how are we going to do this on our workbench here? Can that go up any higher? No, not really, but let's just bring the focus up then. Yeah, you know what we're going to do. All right, I think what we'll do is we'll just set some of the tools out. We won't talk about everything that I'm bringing. We'll just talk about the plan behind it. Oh my God, how many tools am I bringing? So, I'll say this as I'm unpacking. So, how I pack and what I pack for the mobile workshop all depends on, you know, kind of several factors, like, you know, where and how I'm traveling and what kind of access I will have to, say, like, box stores in the area, or like, in this case, like, how close am I going to be to my car at a campground? Now, the camp that we're going to, it's a campground, but it's a big campground. It's got a lot of, it's modern. I'll be probably 200 yards away from my car, where we'll all be camping. And so, you know, I don't have to bring everything out of the car. I can keep some stuff in the car. So it allows me to kind of like cheat a little bit more. I can, oh my God, how much crap am I bringing? It allows, so it allows me to cheat a little bit more and bring a few more things with me. All right, I think that's the last of the stuff. Oh my God, I have like way too many tools. Okay, anyways. Of course, my phone went to sleep. We're going to have to do a transition back and forth here to see. We get our tools again. Zenfone. Do one more transition, folks. See if we can get that to work. We're going to go back to... Oh, I didn't do the right type of transition. We got that. Now let's go back to sources. Once again, folks, if I can't get it here in a minute, we will just carry on. Hey, I think we got it. All right. Maybe? Yes. Okay, there we see my hand. So I have a lot of different types of tools. I'm not going to go over every type of tool. I'm going to tell you about like the classifications of tools. So we have to remember at Scout Camp, as I pick out tools, that not every boy at Scout Camp, the boys differ in skills. Some have had quite a lot of skills, like working with tools and working in a workshop, and some have had zero time in a workshop. So they boys have various range of skills. So I have to bring things that can be done easily, and then sometimes I bring things that can be more complicated. So, for example, one of the things that we're going to be bringing is this little gimlet. It's like a little screw starter. Um, don't ask me about its age or anything, but this is an easy cleanup. It's dirty, just needs a little cleaning off with some soap and water, maybe a little sandpaper, and then we'll use like a little straight razor to scrape off the wood, and then we can finish it with either like some wax or something. So you have to have some easy things that we can clean. So you'll see that I've got a lot of like screwdrivers, a hex driver. Um, you know, this may look like it's going to be hard to clean, but trust me, this is an easy one to clean once you show somebody how to do it. And then we've got more complicated things. So, I mean, this saw is not incredibly complicated, but it comes apart into two pieces. It's a little bigger, so that might be nice to do, a little handsaw. Where, oh, well, today, I was at the flea market today, found this perfect handle screwdriver. So making the scales or the handles, normally there would be some wood handles, I mean, similar to this. Um, this is a multi-hour job. Trust me, I've done this a few times. And it needs a little cleanup and some of the rust removed. Anyways, oh, it's an Irwin. Anyways, so we've got different skill level of tools that I bring along, and it just kind of allows the boys to come in and shop and see what they want to do. I've had boys who want to sit down for only 15 minutes and do something and then call it done, and I've had other times boys work on things for days at a time because they required days at a time, and they really only sometimes have the time to work on it in the evening. So that is the tools we are bringing. Now, I've got a couple tools that I have just brought for me. I bought this today. I don't. This is type of uh, pliers, cutters that were made in. They said made in Germany somewhere. Um, yeah, right there, made in Germany. Anyways, they came in the original box. I don't know when they were made. The pliers are actually in good shape. So I was going to do a little repair to the box. Plus, uh, anyways, sorry, I just heard the dog running upstairs. I don't know what he's doing upstairs. He probably smelled a deer or something. Sorry, distracted by that. Anyways, I've got tools that I'm working on. I've got a little, just a little open-ended wrench. It's made by the company Herbrand. Herbrand is from Ohio, the Fremont area, so I'll be putting that in my Ohio tools collection. So yeah, I've got a nice fair amount of tools. So now that we know what tools that we have, this tells us the type of materials and supplies that we have to make sure that we have with us. So let me just quickly take a glance. We do that by just kind of like doing a quick glance of stuff. So, I mean, first things first, we have, and I'm going to take notes here. We have a lot of, I mean, we've got a lot of steel. I mean, good Lord, we have this big steel flat blade screwdriver. That's going to be a fun one to fix up. So in this case, we've got to make sure that we've got sandpaper, our wire brushes. Of course, we have our wire wheel too, but I just got to make sure the wire brushes are packed in there. Okay, so that usually covers a lot of steel. Um, Cleaning off this screwdriver will require our wire brush. It will require some plastics because we'll probably just want to plastic polish it. So now that I'm thinking about it, let me get the plastics out. Actually, I'm not going to bring plastics. I'm going to bring this stuff, this Novus plastic polisher, fine scratch remover. Uh, we will need the shellac for that as too, because we'll shellac the handle. Um, Might just want to bring some extra wood for that for a handle. Let's take a look through plastic, plastics, aluminum. So this one, I was thinking, I actually started cleaning this one up, but I might bring some bottle paint, and I might have see if somebody wants to paint inside here. So we'll need some paint. I know we have paint brushes in the kit already. I don't have my paint. We're just gonna bring one color. That'll work for me. So we got some paint. With that would be, since it's an enamel, we would want to make sure we have mineral spirits, which we do. I saw them in there. All right, let's just keep looking through here. We're going to want to make sure we have some soap and a brush, just because things, sometimes things just need to get greased off them. Look at this brass mallet I found. So that brass mallet's going to need some Scotch-Brite pads. Okay. And metal. Just got to make sure we got some straight blades. Straight blades, straight blades. Yeah, I know. Okay. So I think that is really it. All right. So I'm gonna you know what? I am just gonna clear off the tools off the bench real quick, and then we'll move over to, well, let's talk about my thought process behind the tools, and I've been doing that a little bit, but also the supplies that I bring. So let me flip over here. Um, so if you're thinking about doing like a mobile workshop, you have to you have to scale back about thinking about what you're going to be able to do while you're on the road. You know, just off camera is my my rotating bench for that has my big wire wheel and grinder and my belt sander and everything. I can't bring those on the road with me. I mean, you could, but I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to have to unbolt and unplug and pack those things up. So you've got to think about, you have to limit yourself in the type of tools that you want to bring and that you're able to repair. And you also have to set your expectations right. So you're not going to be able to get things to a mere, I mean, yes, you possibly could, but you're probably not going to. For me, I'm talking about like if I go somewhere for a weekend, I'm not going to have hours and hours and hours somewhere to just keep sanding and polishing something. What we'll probably be able to do is remove rust get it shiny, but not like a mirror finish. And you can accomplish a lot, make it look good. So a lot of these tools were just, they're either just dirty, they need a little polishing. I mean, some will need some extra work, but well within what we're capable of doing. This little scraper, which is a nice scraper, needs to have its handle repaired, and it's bent. The handle is bent, and it will have to rivet it, and everything. So, but we can do that on the road. So if you're going to try to do this, you have to pick tools that you'll be able to actually accomplish on the road, or if you're starting something that you're going to finish later in an actual workshop, things like that. So you just got to think about that. Tools that I know that will be able to be able to be fixed while we're on the road. Um, I talked about um, the varying skills of the boys that'll be at camp. Like I said, some of them will be much more skilled and have experience actually working in a workshop. We've had one boy in the troop that actually has a forge and can do forging and everything. So, he'll probably pick maybe, I mean, I don't know, but I got an apple peeler here, an old antique apple peeler that he can try to work on. And like I said, we got a bunch of simple things, like a lot of screwdrivers here that you can pick through and try. Um, Same with attention span. So, like I said, some of the boys will be able to spend days working on things, hours at a time in the evening. They'll get time off in the evening and everything. Other boys, they just want to sit down for 15 minutes and be done with it, and that's fine. That's good. So I try to accommodate like that. And then, like I said, the variety of tools. I've tried to pick a lot of different tools, and this can be hard. Like, I've fixed screwdrivers. Some of this stuff like seems boring to me, not as exciting. But a lot of these boys will not have seen this stuff, so I kind of have to step back and say, listen, doesn't matter if I think it's boring. So I bring a variety of tools that they can just come in. If something looks interesting, they can pick it and they can use it. Okay, so that is sort of my thought process. Oh, so that brings me back to like what in this trip, I'm not going to bring any power tools. On a trip one time, I did bring, back when I was just in Phoenix, I actually brought an impact driver, but I hooked up, I had a brass wire brush that I could put on it. I brought that, that traveled with me, and it made easy work. I could just use brush. I did it instead of bringing my crank, my hand wire wheel, my hand grinder is lighter. It's just lighter. Um, it's just a lot of steel to be carrying on trying to get through an airport and maneuvering around airports. So this is a flexible setup. I will, for this camp, probably bring more than probably what is needed because I will have my car with me. And like I said, the car will probably only be about 200 yards. I know it's less than 200 yards away from our campsite. So I could cheat a little bit. I can bring a little extra, leave some stuff in the car if I need to. We can always run back and get it if we do need it, and everything. Whereas other cases, um, sometimes I purposely leave things behind because I know I'll be near a box store and I can pick it up. Or that's the nice thing. If I'm out and I'm in a city, can always go get supplies if I need supplies. So um, I think that's it. That is what we. That is. This is the mobile workshop. All my cases and stuff, and the tools that we will be hopefully working on and getting through a few of them at Boy Scout camp. Not only some with the boys, but I've got a few that are just for me that I'm going to work on, my little special projects, and we'll have a good time. I mean, we always seem to have a good time. Oh, I forgot to say, and I think this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the boys vote on like the best tool award, and so I've got two. I've got a prize for a runner-up, and then the actual best tool. So the runner-up prize, I found a vintage um, Boy Scouts of America canteen right here. I think that'll be runner up. And then I have this wrench that I recently restored myself. It's a Westcott 8-inch S wrench, S curve wrench. Somebody actually did some. Here, let's switch over and take a look at it. I mean, why not, right? Why not look at the wrench? Did we get a good trans? Yes, we did. Yes, nice little Westcott wrench there. I blued it up a little bit, tried to do some silver on the lettering and everything so that it stand out. Someone has done some repair work on it. They brass brazed it, so I just cleaned up the brass and everything. Anyways, it's all oiled up, works great. So a nice addition to anyone's toolkit. Trust me, I've been wanting to put this in my toolkit, but we're gonna do this as the main award for the best tool cleanup of the week. So I think we'll let the boys vote on that. All right, folks, I'm going to switch screens back over here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you once again for joining me for this little impromptu uh, video today of prepping the mobile workshop here for going to Scout Camp. I hope you've learned something about if you're thinking about doing your own mobile workshop that you can do that as well. There are many options. I will close by saying I'm looking for my oh, let me just stress my public service announcement again, folks. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got these tools like these right here, these are getting prepped and ready to be donated, that have just been living in that drawer, say right over there for the past uh, 10 years. Listen, folks, I encourage you to donate those tools so somebody else can get use out of them. And as I said here, let me get back to my script. It's right here. So, whether you choose to donate to Goodwill or to Restore or your local thrift store, remember, a good tool is more than just a tool. A good tool is an opportunity, and everyone deserves a good tool. Thank you for watching the video here at the Raging Deacon Workshop, folks. I'm off to camp for a week. When I get back, we will be switching our plumbing over. We'll be finishing up part 2 of our plumbing transition to our new pressure tank. I've had 2 back-to-back trips where I've been gone for a week, or will be gone for a week in this case, and I did want to switch it over. It spring a leak and I'm not here, and then my wife and daughter have to fix it, so we will get that done and hopefully posted soon thereafter. I am working on a second video as well with something I found over in the poor man's flea market. That's off camera right now, and we'll get that one done after we switch over the plumbing. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. And make sure you come back. Thanks for getting your tools out of the workshop so we can welcome new people in. And hey, talk to you.